bacterial infections from one person to another.
I'll continue using it. Then you say no research, you use more than 10 years. Oh, Canada.
I've never, used those guys before in my life. I choose my.
No, that is too serious. No, let them 50 pesos. Come on, you are someone who are ready out. You show me some minero. No, they are people.
These are immigrants of Mali and Niger, popularly known as Abochie, operating as mobile nail cutters on the streets of Ghana's busy market, equipped with various sizes of scissors, soapy water, and foam to provide services to anyone who patronizes them. Mr. Salif Ibrahim and Kobi, dedicated patrons of mobile nail cutting services, who were captured in the act of trimming their nails by some mobile nail cutters, shared with us their reasons for seeking out these convenient services.
Do what I like. They do, they do for me. I like what they do for me. If you do one for the cleaner, if you finish them with the cleaner, everything was sweet. You not take anything go anywhere. So just and that everything good. Before one do just soap, you do for leg. Before you clean down and do clean down for leg. You finish with the cleaner for you. You have the fantastic go do one. No anything to do for you. You do finish because you go through your leg. Don't take anything go. If you go see how to do your cleaner for you. You see what they do. You see what they do.
You don't have time because of my work. That's why. Have you seen this one? They are using this one is a spray, and then this one because of the infection. So they use this one to clean it. So there's no infection on it. But to me, they are okay for me. That's it to clean the nails and then start it. So I'm okay for that. Maybe people are complaining about those people maybe get infection about the what do you call it? The sickness or something, but I'm okay.
Abdullahi, a mobile nail cutter from Mali, also shared with us the reason for being in Ghana and providing nail cutting service.
I came here to earn money. I came to Ghana to earn money. I need money to take care of my family and myself. That is why I came all the way from Mali to do this job.
Beneath convenience and affordability lies a web of health risk. Research reveals that mobile services often compromise on quality and sanitation, increasing the risk of infection transmission.
Engaging with various individuals, they openly share their reasons for refraining from using the services of the mobile nail cutters.
I've never, used those guys before in my life. I find it like you can get an infection from it. Even though you can see that they use water and soap, but I don't encourage it that I will use it. No, I chew my nails, and I use my same fingered nails to remove my toe. I don't use blade, nothing. When I'm sitting quietly, I just, I make sure my fingers are clean, and then I chew it to remove my nails. If you can see, they are sharp. Just, peel it off, and then I make sure it is clean before I do that. At my quiet time, I make sure it's clean. I don't use blade, I don't use nail cutter.
Do you see the sign? No, let them 50 pesos. Come on, you are someone out. And I saw them their child be mojaba. Who saw Kita spirit on Kita she is showing seminary. No, they are people who pass. It's the James no or then. And I say, Abochie. Na be ha me de be se me de me nye bi da mo. Anka spirit mpo doctor bibi kakra bi eye. Eye si se no nkita hwe obetwa omoja be ba no de enye. Ai, wọ́n ṣe yẹ ẹ̀rọ àkọ́tọ́ ṣìkàdúró fọ́.
Well, I don't call them to come and cut my nails for me. Yeah, because one, they use the same tools to cut other people's nails, and I don't know how or what. Let's say if after cutting for other people, do they sterilize it? And since I don't know about how they sterilize their tools, I'm not sure of what diseases or virus they might be carrying on their tools. So I don't call them to come and cut my nails, or just to prevent them from giving me or infecting me any other disease.
Yeah, then Abochie for more any say. Use scissors back who say whether scissors was a braid or me, shed and yin to minimum the could do. I did back no my liquid soap video good bottle. Omo de good morning, so the same braid na omo di ema obia maybe na obi wo yare bi na oyi by me say because omo yi morning mu inside so maybe na braid na scissors na akotwa sa nika no ono so function machine bi mu entry anase bibisa onye free up onya di we wie the next person better you see the same braid no anase scissors no dia working out.
A study from the Journal of Healthcare Quality found that mobile services have difficulty maintaining proper infection control measures, which can put clients at risk of contracting bloodborne pathogens. However, some people mention that they have been patronizing these mobile nail cutters for many years without experiencing any health issues and express their commitment to continue using their services.
And I'll continue using it. Then you say, no, you say, because for so many years, me yeah, effect me to me there. But I na company me say this and come my buy. If you any food too much. Omo bag no more we do more. Do as some white stove bi. We are no dey twitwi ano. Knife no. O dey twitwi. Any for na we so try some more we chemicals be on the shelf. Omo na mo jana stop ba. You know for so many years we infect be o. O try be try da. Anya hwe say ade dey o dey gidi ya na. Ba dey gidi we say we try me be aba be nya ya asa ya we ba o. Gidi na mo ni etu. Ya ni na adwen. Obia ni say mo sifa na pe na ade. Ela obi so so ko sa yin so ya yin say your pen. Awo ono right to my say you say I did I fine. Oh, they use more than 10 years ni in infect bi ai.
More say like me ton ade say memory fu me ntumi enyi memory this Abochie fu otwemu a na ma ye dia na ma bubu memory ama me ente easy say Abochie fu otwemu bubu memory mai awo dwaso price ni dey for chance salum for dey no bubu ye memory ama oh ye be ne dey I mean a boy ho ba enti na ye ni sa na me ma de pa che ye nko ade ye ni problem.
You might think twice about getting your nails done on the go after hearing what Dr. Fuzaila Salka Dumba, a medical practitioner at Rich Hospital, Accra, has to say about the risk of mobile nail cutting services.
They use unsanitized products, and you realize that a lot of the equipment that they use are also quite sharp, and this means that the risk of the person getting an injury is very high, either to the trimmer or the person who is being serviced. So, and as this happens, it is going to increase the risk of blood-borne diseases such as transmission of HIV, hepatitis B, hepatitis C. There's also increased risk of transferring bacterial infections from one person to the other, as well as fungal infections.
Dr. Salka Dumba shares her expertise on proper nail trimming techniques.
Because there's a particular technique to trimming nails when you are trimming your nails, you have to cut it according to the shape of the finger or the toe. The sharp edges should not be cut, but rather be trimmed with a file because of risk of injury. If for any reason the person injures the cuticle area, they can have infections such as what we call paronychia, which is very, very painful if you've experienced it before, and these are quite common. Sometimes too, if there's overgrowth of some of the nail tissue of the nail into the tissue surrounding it, some people may have ingrown toenails, which are all quite common presentations in us.
As we just heard from Dr. Saka Dumba, the risk associated with mobile nail cutting services are real. So what can we do to protect ourselves? Dr. Saka Dumba advises against using these services and instead recommends using personal nail care tools to prevent the transmission of diseases.
So ideally, the equipment should be sanitized, and I don't know how they are going to do that when they are carrying it from one place to the other, because when you go to most of the salons or barbering shops, you realize that they have these lights that they use to sanitize their equipment after use. So I think that the various health agencies, specifically the Ministry of Health or Ghana Health Service, must come out with specific guidelines surrounding the work that these people do, because as they are working unsupervised, the risk of them transmitting these illnesses to people is high. Because we have to know that in our part of Africa, the incidence of conditions like hepatitis B is very high, and these can be easily transmitted from one person to the other. Commonly, hepatitis B is known to be quite prevalent here, which a lot of these people, nobody is going about screening them to see whether they have any infection or not. And so as they are doing this, and even in the process of sharpening the devices, they can cut themselves, and then as they are going to trim somebody's nails, they can infect the person as well. Ideally, I would advise against this, because every person should have a personal nail trimming set that you use on your own. So even if you are going to need their services, you should have your nail trimmer that you use personally, which is the ideal situation, because you never know. Most of these illnesses don't even have a cure yet. They can mostly be managed, and so we all need to protect ourselves and advise ourselves against some of these high risk practices.
For the mobile nail cutters, this is their livelihood, and they must execute it with care. Regulation is key. Random checks and screening can help to eradicate unsanitary behaviors among both nail cutters and clients. Convenience should never compromise health. Demand better. The risk is real. The choice is yours. Opanyin Kesse DABOA reporting.